everyone, we are in the EU4 game files looking at the code for government reforms, and specifically I want to look at the Serbian Despotate reform. And some people have made the observation that one would expect the reform to be available as long as your primary culture is Serbian, but that does not appear to actually be the case. It looks like you need to actually be Serbia to get that reform. And as a point of comparison, the Bulgarian Tsardom reform is available as long as your primary culture is Bulgarian. It looks like in here you also need the DLC domination and the religion to be Orthodox. Those last two requirements do not appear to be the case for Serbian. It looks like the only requirement, and I'm not that familiar with the code, so I could be wrong here. But it looks like you need to have had the Serbian Despotate reform at some point during your game in order to switch to the Serbian Despotate reform. So if my assumption is correct, what that would mean is you could start off as Serbia and then switch to a different Tier 1 reform, but you could always switch back to the Serbian Despotate if you wanted to, because at some point during the game you would have had the Serbian Despotate reform. Take all this with a grain of salt, because like I said, I do not understand most of what I'm looking at here. I did edit the game file, and I want to test out seeing if I can start as Bosnia and fully annex Serbia and then culture shift, and then see if Serbian culture is all that you need to form to pick that Serbian Tier 1 reform. It doesn't look like you need the domination DLC, which is good because I don't have that DLC yet. And it also doesn't look like you need an Orthodox religion. And basically what I did here was I went down here to Bulgarian Tsardom, and I copied and pasted this culture snippet, and I pasted it up here, and then I replaced the string of text Bulgarian with Serbian. And yeah, so I am going to try out an Iron Man compatible game with this government reform file, and then just see if I have the ability as Bosnia to pick the Serbian Tsardom, or Serbian Despotate.